Good afternoon. We're coming to you today from Green River Eddie's Tap Room at Saluda Outfitters, Saluda, North Carolina. And welcome. It's another episode of the Gary and Mark Show, and I'm Gary.
And I'm Mark.
And we're coming to you not live,
but we are live.
And we're glad.
We are glad. And we haven't told these people, Gary, where our show is actually based from.
It's near Saluda.
It is.
It's the little tiny town of Watershed, North Carolina.
Nice little spot.
Nice little spot.
And you'll hear about Watershed from time to time.
Oh, yes. It's because it's near, it's near Dark Corner.
It is, over in Poinsett County.
Yeah.
Yep, northeast corner.
Yep.
So we're happy to be here today.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to have a fun show ahead of us.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to start today with a few shout-outs.
Okay.
All right, so the first one I have is from a person named Pam James. Don't know her.
Hey, Pam.
And she saw a picture of us, and she said, "Great picture of two troublemakers who only want to have fun. Love seeing this." Pam James.
That's sweet.
Columbia, South Carolina. And do you have one?
I do. I have one, and it is a somewhat indignant tone to it. It says, "What is this? I listen to your Rabbit Island podcast, and it sounds a lot like a scam I almost got sucked into 47 years ago by some fast talkers named Ray Thompson and Mark something or other." And this is from Joe Squatty Body Clark.
Anybody named Squatty Body, I wouldn't trust, right?
That's right.
You know what I think of that?
What? Yeah.
That's what I think of that.
Just the thought that we would be involved in a scam.
That's insulting.
It is, especially about Rabbit Island, when it's such a nice place.
It's a beautiful place.
And you could join.
And he's just jealous he's probably not a member.
Well, see, if that's not going to get him a sticker.
That's absolutely right. I'm not giving him one. We also have one more shout out, okay? This was a family up in Montana. We sent out a request trying to get all 50 states. We know we had 45. We've added a few more. There's only 5 to go, but we heard from the family in Montana. And they said somewhere here, love our show. And the family there, the Metherell family, is listening in.
Wow.
So we're happy to
have them.
And we are happy to have shout-outs to you, too. Just let us know you're listening. In fact, we would like for people to tell us where they're listening from.
Right.
So just either go online, find our form or email address, or just send it to GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's GaryandMarkShow@email.com.
As opposed to GaryandMark.com, which is a web address where you can do everything, including become a sponsor.
Yes.
And sponsorships are cheap, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cheap.
And if you haven't, thought about becoming a graduate from our university, you might consider it. Because we're growing.
We are growing.
Yeah.
In fact, staff is growing.
Yes, it is.
In fact, I worked at a school one time where I think there was more administrators than they had faculty members. And we don't want to quite get to that point.
No.
But we're getting there. But that's okay because we're high quality.
We are.
So you've heard, us mention in the past the university's going well. Enrollment's coming in
Yeah.
every so often.
Right.
Yep, we're waiting right now by the phone if you or email if you want to sign up right now. But we have, as we often do on this show, have another big announcement for the university.
We've added to our staff.
We have. It's been a big demand from our students. So we are bringing on the title of
Athletic Director. And Fitness Consultant. Is it?
Consultant, which one gets paid more?
Yeah, which one gets paid more?
Let's go with the cheaper. Coach or consultant, whichever. But we have with us today, we're making this appointment official, okay?
Yep.
We are bringing on Don Silleman from Greenville, South Carolina. who has accepted the position of athletic director for Gary and Mark Podcasting University.
I'm so proud that he's here.
Well, thank you so much. I've received a few honors in my career, and this has to rate right up there.
Right up there.
I'm telling you, that makes me feel good.
Man, I'm feeling good too.
I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling fitter, even though just sitting next to him.
Well, the thing about why we chose Don, because we had a lot of applicants.
Oh, boy.
How many do we have, Gary?
I can't even count them.
Me, that's a good thing. Let's don't count them, okay? He could count them. Don Silleman could count them because actually as a math teacher in his earlier career, he gave that up to join this podcast and this university.
That's right.
That's right. But the true story about Don is he is a marathoner. Don, how many have you done?
I have done 31, working on 32.
So tell us about your first one.
First one was Marine Corps Marathon back in 1987. So I learned a lot doing that one, kind of crashed and burned, and I've done some coaching since then. It's like every mistake I make, I learn from and try to pass that on, and that's what I hope to do with you two.
Oh, boy.
What, make mistakes?
No, pass on my knowledge to make you into fit, fine, prime athletes.
So I know, but is he insinuating they were not fit and prime athletes?
I don't think I would go there, really.
Now, I will say that if you had to choose between Gary or Mark, which one's the more fit, I would have to go with Gary. But
well, let's just say maybe we're not in the same shape we were when we couldn't find the Beach Point cabin 48 years ago.
That's true.
But we're still upright and taking nourishment.
Well, I mean, the only running I do is usually over to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But that's important.
But Gary, you got a nice new hip, so that's probably lightened you up some.
Well, that's the youngest part of my body.
See, you got that going for you.
I've got that going.
All right, so I won't feel badly then if you finish the marathon before me.
As long as I don't have to do it all in a day.
Well, I'm going to tell you how much I know about running. On his car, not the one he has now, he had one of those neat little ovals like Rabbit Island Resort has. Mm-hmm. It said 26.2. Yeah. And I did not know that had anything to do with marathons. Is it 26.2?
That's
right.
I thought it was a biblical verse. Because I don't know much about the Bible either, but I thought it was like Acts 13:8 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure what that meant. And so he filled me in. Then he told me, what's the one you're going to get for me?
Oh, yeah. You're going to earn your 0.0 sticker.
That's the one I want. He's going to look for one. You want one of those, Gary? That would be good.
I'll look if I see
nice
it,
round numbers. Yeah.
Nice. So your first one, marathon, was how many years ago, though?
87, yeah.
And so the one coming up is going to be in
Kiowa.
Kiowa
Island, yeah.
South Carolina. Okay, so we're going to give him some leave to go down there.
Has he applied for leave, or do we? I guess being athletic.
I looked for the form online.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see it, but
yeah, he's used to these fancy institutions where you can sign up, take your leave online.
Yeah.
Now you got to see the boss people directly, but you're now one of us. Okay, so you got a title. We've got Howard as our beer expert, and sound effects person, and he's right now researching additional sounds and additional beers. He's gone from the show today, but we are bringing in Don Silleman right here.
Yeah.
Well, we have to do a fitness assessment for both of you. Make sure that, see exactly your baseline, where you are. And
I can probably save a lot of time and just tell you it's at the bottom.
Well, are there questions involved in this?
Well, and Gary, I know for you, since you've had this hip replacement, we need to get measurements. I knew a guy one time who had a hip replacement. They put the wrong size in, and he'd run because the size was a little bit too small, and he ended up running in circles all the time because the one side would cause him to lean a little bit.
Whoa!
So you got to make sure we got you right to begin with.
I pretty much, I don't list to port or starboard. I pretty much, but that's walking.
So, yeah, see, running's different.
But see, I can't. The fastest, I can tell you this, 2 weeks after my hip surgery, I walked 2 miles, and it took me 40 minutes to do a mile. 40 minutes a mile. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds pretty fast.
No. Well, it's not very fast. And now,
that was my goal on my chart.
700 miles later, whatever, I kind of keep track how much I walk or hike. Now, about the fastest I can walk is about a 3.5 mile an hour pace, which is 17.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
That's, and it just,
That's why I'm not walking with you.
there.
Okay, but he's usually walking to the beer places in Hendersonville where he
Well,
goes
that
to
helps,
visit.
have an incentive.
That's true.
And this is where Don could help us. You know, right now we're replacing
Body fluids.
yeah, electrolytes and body fluids.
Yeah, that's important, is it
It's
not?
very important. Yes.
Okay, do you have a suggested fluid for us?
I just keep doing what you're doing. It looks
Perfect.
like it's working.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's how I like to hear that. Okay.
Well, so I got a question. So when you're running a marathon, and I mean, if you've qualified for Boston, the others, that means your times are pretty good. What are your times?
I'll run around 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 30 minutes, about 8-minute pace.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, and you're not a spring chicken either.
No, getting up there now.
Yeah.
Well, compared to us, he is.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
well, everything's relative.
Right. Well, we
Although
wouldn't
he's
want-
retired now, so he's
Well,
got to be up there.
We wouldn't want to hire an athletic director that's older than us.
Experience.
That's true, but I've seen them.
Experience.
I've seen athletic directors who weighed like 300
Yeah.
pounds before.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He's a lean, mean running machine.
Yeah, he is.
So back at that first marathon,
Yeah.
what was your incentive? Why didn't you all of a sudden woke up one day and decided, hey, I want to run a marathon?
Just the challenge of trying to do it. You know, it's just you want to challenge yourself in life, right? And so that was it.
And when you did that first one, did you ever think you would still be doing them 30-something
Yeah, I figured
later?
I'd run my whole life. I always enjoyed it from the time, goodness, middle school, I guess. I started up then. So, yeah, I always thought I would be.
So was there ever a marathon you couldn't finish?
No, I've always finished them. Sometimes you have to walk a little bit if you are stupid and do bad things in your marathon. You make terrible mistakes sometimes, and you're halfway through, and you got nothing left. And you just have to kind of get through it as best you can. That's where, like, the biblical verse you talked about last time.
26.2.
26.2 biblical verse. I've done some praying in my marathon.
So I guess that would be a religious
It
experience.
was
Yeah.
definitely religious. Dear God, please get me through this.
Yeah.
So
Do you have to, anytime during that 3.5 hours you're running, do you have to take a leak?
Yeah, you do
Or-
sometimes. If it's an emergency, you can stop. They usually have porta-john stuff
Okay.
along the way. And I've seen some other things that you necessarily don't want to see on the course. I won't get into
Okay.
graphic
I just
details.
wondered
yeah, we're a
about
clean show. We want
Right.
to, although we do have an app that we still are sponsored by the Big Wiz Pocket
Yeah.
Buddy, but so I would need probably a porta john about every half a mile just to be safe. Not that I would need one every half a mile,
Yeah.
but I don't like to think about not having one. You ever have that issue, Gary?
That's why I have several routes in my neighborhood, and there's one, and about the 3 to 4 mile routes, about halfway through, there's a little patch of woods it's just nice to know it's there. And I've had to at times use it, but lately, today, it was what we call a clean run.
Clean runs are good.
Yeah.
Well, so
I've done runs before where I started with a shirt and ended with no shirt because you needed it for certain purposes along the way.
Wow.
I'm not asking.
No.
I think probably someone wanted a shirt as a souvenir.
Well, let's go with that.
Go with that.
Yeah.
Because he is, after all, the athletic director
right.
of a very fine institution.
He is.
So, do you have any advice for our institution, sports programs, or anything you're going to do in your first few months?
Yeah, well, I think our first thing is, you hear about these major colleges that, look for schools to play against at the beginning of the year to kind of tune up with. Sometimes you see like a Wofford or the Citadel or Gardner-Webb or something. So, we are currently, the Gary and Mark Podcast University is currently in negotiation with Clemson University to play our football team next year.
We're going to have to find us 11 people.
We got
11
well, that's right. I was checking our enrollment numbers,
Yeah.
and we might be a little short right now. But
All right, so I'm thinking he may be director of admissions too. Okay, would you take on that title
no, well,
as well?
see, I looked at our staff,
Yeah.
and each one of us still has some eligibility left.
Is that because we haven't played 4 years?
That's right. We hadn't played
Okay.
4 years in
Well, I have
college.
not. Have you?
So I'm thinking with Howard and the three of us, we got 4, so we just need 7 more enrollees.
You know what,
And-
man? We got the bartender right over here in
get her?
Green Eddies, yeah. And,
we're good.
and Angela could probably come
And
on
we'll-
board. So we're up to 6 or so already.
We just need 11.
Well, yeah, that's
But some of these small colleges have only like a 6-man team. They play in small.
We could do it. Well, see, I think we're good enough.
We can
that
invite Clemson to send their worst 6 players.
We don't even need 11.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think we take them on with what we got right at the stage.
Well, and the nice thing is, whether we win or lose, we get money. Is that right?
That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's going to
we go play there. We go.
Yeah.
Gary and Mark Podcast University.
I like the confidence that this guy exudes.
We have picked the right person.
Yeah, although we'd said we weren't going to get into major athletics.
But he's. How much could we make? You think?
With
Over
with the
$100
quality institution that we have, I'm thinking $1 million.
Oh,
I go for it.
okay.
All right, what do we call the podcasting university?
Right. Well, I think we need to ask our listeners. They need to call in. We need a mascot.
You know what? Okay.
We need a fight song. We need all this.
Well, we have an alma mater, so
We do.
But fight song would be good.
Yeah.
And we need a team name. So you've got the point. You can get on this show by emailing us using the web or an email address, GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com, or just going on to the website and finding the links. Send us your suggestions. We will shout out. We will name it after you. We'll put your name on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
The jerseys. And
But
stuff.
not the T-shirt he used in the run.
No,
That he
hopefully that's
didn't know
gone.
about that.
That's might deteriorate a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
So a mascot and a fight song.
that's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
So before we wrap this up,
I just thought like some of the words I would think of in a fight song
would be what?
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
I'm old. I'm wearing glasses. I think that would scare people away. Well, it's not good to have a athletic director who has to have a college diploma, right?
I agree.
So we are now taking on another honorary BS degree with extra honors.
Extra honors.
Because you're on staff now.
Yes.
So Donald J. Silleman gets the official BS and what is it called? BS
with extra honors.
extra honors. And not only that, one of his perks
Yeah.
is he gets a lifetime membership
Oh man.
in
Rabbit Island Resort.
Rabbit Island Resorts.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. We do not do. Angela Nicholas, who's our main sponsor here at Green River Eddie's Tap Room, she didn't even get the membership. But
Don't bring that up.
Don't know.
No,
Hopefully
don't bring
she
that
won't
up.
hear this episode.
But Don, Rabbit Island would be a great place for him to go train.
Well, we might have a marathon on Rabbit Island.
You know,
Rabbit Island Marathon.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Well, Don, we're so happy to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
It has been an honor for us to have you, and we will look forward to having you back again. You're going to make some more suggestions for our athletic program.
Sure.
What other sports could we have, I wonder?
Well, we got Rabbit Island, so we could have all kinds of rowing teams, and
That's
we
true.
got to get out to the island. So swimming team, we got to get there.
That's
Hopefully,
true.
won't lose too many along the way. But
You know what? We ought to do a broadcast from there one day.
We could.
We could. We could take the portable setup. Mm-hmm. Well, this has been a great episode.
I'm just amazed at
Thanks
how
for
far
listening.
we've come.
We have come a long way.
It's great to have Don on board.
I'm so happy.
thank you, guys.
Well, I guess we better get to our training.
Yeah, that's next. Okay. My trainings will probably be that run back to the bathroom.
So training shoes and training pants.
Training pants is a good idea, and I got a pair in mind I'm thinking of right now. So thanks for listening.
Yes.
I'm Mark.
I'm Gary.
This is the Gary and Mark Show. We'll see you in the next episode.